Okay, so this is night one. It is 7 o'clock, so it's Thursday, March 11th at 7 o'clock. I just got out here to location number 6. This is my location I hear the most boreal owls at. Well, the closest I got to boreal owls, I've heard them at different places, but this is the most consistent area. So just starting and seeing what I can get. If this is your first time watching this, or getting these updates on the owl survey, what I do is about this time of year every year for the last, I guess, 4 years, I come out and I listen for owls. And what I'm trying to do is I'm listening for boreal owls, great gray owls, and saw-whets. Those are the 3 main ones. And I'm looking for nesting sites, not to disturb them, to photograph and to document those owls at their sites. And a lot of it just actually for educational purposes for me. I've learned a lot. I think I've got to the point where I know what calls I'm listening for, specifically on the boreal owls. Last year was very successful in listening to them. My GoPro caught one. I never saw them, but listening for what kind of calls and what those calls mean. And so this year, I'm really hoping to get in and actually find one. I've never seen a boreal owl before. Last year, I had 2 great horned owl nests. I saw a couple great grays and heard some saw-whets and boreals, and I feel like I was really close. I just couldn't find the cavities that they were nesting at. So just a yearly survey that I do for fun, really, for my enjoyment, for education, and I'm going to share it with other people. Okay, it is 8 o'clock. I have just moved to location number 2. Excuse me, I always go backwards. So I started at location number 6. Now I'm at location 5, or at least close to. There's a place here I wanted to stop and listen, half-mile from location number 5. So I started with the squawk call that I learned last year, which is a great horned owl squawking from a nest site that I found last year. And not until then, it got quiet for a little bit and things picked back up about 7:40. And at 7:40, I had a pair of great gray owls calling back and forth. So both of these calls, both the pair of great grays and the great horned owl squawk, is a lot earlier this year. By a couple weeks from what I had last year. I have to look exactly when I started hearing both of those, but I don't think I had great gray calling like this until a week or 2 into April. So a little early this year. No boreal owls yet. Usually looking before, it was 7:30ish that I had them calling. I know the first night it was 8 o'clock because that's when I first got out there. But then at 7:30, so I keep notes every time I'm out, anytime I hear something, for every night. 7:30, 6:30. But the problem I was thinking about is these times is the Sunday's daylight savings. So I got to go back and look at what daylight savings was last year, so I can compare when I was actually out. So, listening here, nothing. I'm going to go up the road a little bit. Okay, it's 9:20, and I'm at location 1.5, so halfway between 1 and 2. I've had saw-whets calling here, and I've heard the great horn from here last year, another nest I found. But right now I have a boreal owl, and I think it's actually 2. The one is doing the regular call, the something similar to that, but then there's a softer sound that's going right along with it. I don't think I've heard right now. So I have my recorder out, and I'm hoping I'm catching it because it's close. It's really close. And so I have the recorder going to try to catch those sounds, and I'll share them here if I get it. So again, 9:20. I haven't had a boreal owl like this at this location or anywhere else besides location 6. I've heard them off in the distance, but this could be good. Although the one thing I have to consider right now is where I'm at, whose property it is. It looks like I'm right on the edge here. I think I'm still in BL. Well, no, it's tough to say. I think I'm right on the edge of private property, BLM. So I'm on a bad corner, so I'm going to go pick up my recorder. So it's 9:30. Location 1 didn't have anything going on here. It's getting cold. I think must be like 10 degrees out there now or something. But I'm hoping to get some good recordings tonight of the boreal owl. So in general, kind of wrap up the night. 3 great grays at 2 different locations, and I believe it was 2 boreal owls at 1 location. Great horned owls don't really keep track of, for a few tonight in different places. So good way to start, and this is the year. This is the year I'm going to get it.